Hey guys, so I'm here in Krakow and I'm going to do the next installment of my Crossing Borders episode. Today I intend, or at least hope, to cross the border from Poland to Western Ukraine. And I'm here at my hotel in Krakow Old Town, which was quite expensive actually. It was 114 US dollars a night. It was like 414 zloty or something like that. But it was walking distance from the whole Old Town. So now I have a Bolt taxi coming, and I haven't used this app since I was in, I think, Beirut last year, or maybe Kuwait City, I forget. So I'm taking a taxi to a train station here in Krakow, but not the station that I came in from Berlin. I'm going to a more regional train station that has a train that goes to the town closest to the Ukrainian border. And then I'm not exactly sure how the rest of it's going to work, but that's going to be part of the adventure, so come along with me. Okay, here I am approaching the regional train station, which is Plaszów? Plaszów.
Tak.
Plaszów. Okay. Darius, the driver here, tells me it's Plaszów. So now so this is the train to the border, and now I've got to hurry because I gotta embark pretty soon. Okay, so going into the station now, and I've got to figure out platform and seat and all that. I ended up having to buy a first class ticket because there was nothing. It said the second class was all sold out. Okay, there it is, the top, and it is track 2 at 1:15 or 13:15. In 24-hour time, and it's a good thing I bought a ticket online because there's a little bit of a queue there. And this says track 2 this way. This is an extremely quiet train station. It's nothing like Krakow's main station. It feels like actually we're out in a suburb or something. So it looks like we've got to go down and around. Oh, and before I forget, the first class ticket I think was €22.50, and I bought it off a website called, I think it was just polishtrains.com, something really obvious off of Google. And then I downloaded a PDF off of an email and then screenshotted it to my phone. Okay. So here we are, platform 2. Okay. So this is this unpronounceable name of the town. It looks like, well, let's see. People who look like they know where they're going are going this way. Really hot day here in Krakow. I'm actually wearing shorts, which I didn't think I'd be doing, but yeah, it's like 90 degrees Fahrenheit today, whatever that is in Celsius. Okay, wow, this is really quiet. And the Bolt taxi was about, the driver ran a couple of minutes late. He was very nice. I would say it was maybe somewhere between a 15-minute and 20-minute ride from the Old Town out to this station. Okay, the Polish intercity train is about 15 minutes late. It's here. Better late than never. I'm gonna grab my bags and get on this bad boy. Okay, I don't know if this is the correct car or not. But I get this first class ticket, I'm not sure. Let's see. It seems correct. I have no idea. Well, either way, whatever I figure out seat-wise, we are off. Bye-bye, Krakow. So I think I'm a little bit more than halfway towards the Ukrainian border, and this ride is absolutely punishingly hot. It is, it's not like Pakistan or India or anything, but it's really, really uncomfortable. I'm sitting in this cabin here, and the only way to make this remotely bearable is to actually stand in the hallway. When this train comes to a dead stop, I find sitting in the cabin absolutely unbearable. I gotta get up and stand in the hallway next to the open window. But we're making progress, so that's the good thing. Gotta keep the end goal in mind in these kind of situations. Well, I made it. This is the end of the line. This is the last town in eastern Poland before the border with Ukraine. I'm guessing maybe everybody's going in that direction. See, I'm gonna put these really heavy bags on and start moving forward. And the total journey time was, let me see, it is 4:18 and we left at like 1:30. So what is that? Yeah, it's a little under 3 hours. Now here's where things are about to get interesting, because I only have a vague idea of what happens next. I don't know if I'm walking over the border and then catching a Ukrainian train to Lviv. I think it's something along those lines. Guessing there must be a customs and border post coming up. I'm basically just gonna follow the crowd, I guess. People who, I mean, are Ukrainians who are going back to Ukraine. So I'm just kind of playing this whole thing by ear. How do you say the name of this town? How do you say it?
Przemyśl główny. Przemyśl.
Przemyśl?
Przemyśl.
Przemyśl.
Yeah.
Przemyśl
Przemyśl.
Główny.
Very good.
Przemyśl Główny. Okay.
It's Przemyśl.
Przemyśl.
There's name station Przemyśl Główny.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so came down the stairs and the bulk of people all seem to be going in this direction. There was a left or right choice, and I honestly have no inclination. That way behind me said it was going to the old town, and so maybe all these people with suitcases are going towards the border. I'm totally winging this right now. The only information I had in terms of hard facts was just this train. I don't know much of the rest of it. Nice and cool in this tunnel though, it's kind of refreshing. Okay, so up ahead there is a building where a bunch of people look like they're queuing up here. I don't know, maybe this is the Customs and Border Post? We'll see, I'm just gonna walk towards it. Yeah, it's a lot of people standing in the heat with a lot of very heavy luggage. And I wish I knew some sort of Slavic term for border. Like in Arabic, border is hudud. So even if you only know a modicum of Arabic, if you just say like, Wain hudud, like where is the border? I don't know any of it that equivalent in any kind of Western or Eastern Slavic language. Okay, so here is a huge line with both Polish and EU flags. And then what's telling is that there is a sign on the wall there that's in Cyrillic script. So I'm guessing this is the line to cross the border. And I just spoke to a man, asked him in English, I said, is this the way to Lviv? And he said, tak, tak, tak. which means yes, yes, yes in Polski. So this looks like it's going to be a very long, very hot wait. I wish I had more water. So this here is the end of the queue. Ooh. I'm here with a group of people who appear to be going to Lviv, and they actually spoke to me in Ukrainian, and I answered in Russian that I'm American, I don't speak Ukrainian. And we are standing in the shade here, so that's why there's like a gap there. If you can avoid standing in the sun, why the heck not? This line does not appear to be moving at all. You would think, after this war having been going on for 2.5 years, that this would be somewhat streamlined by now, or maybe staffed by more people on the Polish control side, but that is not the case. So it seems like it's going to be a long wait. So it's been over 30 minutes, and this immigration queue or emigration queue has not moved even an inch. It hasn't moved even one person. And I actually don't mind. I'm okay with the waiting around. I don't mind kind of sitting in limbo. I'm just really regretting that I didn't bring much more water from Krakow. And there's a shop that I blew past just over there before you enter this sort of custom zone. And all I want to do is go over there and buy some water, but I have my bags here, and I don't want to lose my spot in line. There's probably up, I don't know, 75 or 100 people who piled up behind me, and I'm way at the end of the line, as it was when I got here. And one lesson I quickly learned is when people were disembarking from the train, they all started really scurrying down the platform, and I took my sweet time. Wasn't really worried about it. Now I understand why there was the scrum, because they wanted to be closer to the front of the queue. So lesson learned there. But this is my first time at the rodeo. I almost wonder if the people at immigration are either on a really long late lunch break, or maybe they took an early dinner break. I can't tell at all what's going on. And obviously I don't speak Ukrainian, so I can't really ask anybody. This is the limbo of this border. Okay, I was about to crack, and I just found, I went to the shop by this non-moving immigration queue, and I just got 3 little bottles of water, and I had to be very aggressive to get them. I had to yell. I was like, hello, hello. I couldn't take it anymore. Just standing in the sun in complete silence, not speaking either of the 2 languages here, and just out of water. And I keep seeing, because everyone here are in groups, are families. So people are watching each other's bags and going to get water, and I don't have anyone to watch my stuff. And I was like, all right, well, who's gonna mess with my stuff while in the middle of this queue? So I just took a risk and took a very brief walk away. So thirsty. By the grace of Almighty God, the line is finally moving. I have no idea why, and I almost don't want to ask. But we are slowly but surely moving forward. Okay, so I finally got through border control, and here is the train to Lviv, but I don't have a ticket, and I don't know where to buy one, and I'm not sure who to ask. I don't see a ticket counter anywhere, so I gotta figure this out. I don't want to miss this. This looks like it's the only game in town. So apparently the train is full, and there is a Ukrainian app that I was supposed to download, which I had no idea about. And we appear to still be actually in Poland, even though we went through immigration and customs, because the sign for the train station is in the same font, and it's in Polish, and it's not in Cyrillic. And yeah, I'm trying to see how I can get to Lviv. Google, we are still in Poland. The train is the blue dot, or that's my phone. This here on the left is Poland. And this here on the right is Ukraine. So there it says Polska, and then Ukraine. So we're moving towards this village of Medica. And then I assume that after here is where the Ukrainian immigration authorities will then board the train and check our passports. And the story of me getting on this train is one for the books. And I've crossed a lot of wild borders over the years, and this one was just fantastic. So I was asking different people how I could possibly buy a ticket, and everyone was like, I think they were trying to tell me in whichever language, Polish or Ukrainian, that I had to have bought the ticket online and da 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 da. So they all pointed me towards one lady working at car number 5. So I went down to car number 5 and I spoke to this woman. And I didn't know what to do, so I started helping a bunch of people with load their luggage onto the train, because you know, like most fighting age men are in Ukraine. So this train is a lot of like women and children with very heavy bags. And so basically, so I said to this woman in Russian that I was American and that I was trying to get to Lviv, and like I was trying to explain the situation. So she goes like, 1 minute. So she whips out her phone and she calls her daughter-in-law in Texas, who used to live on Long Island, and she puts me on the phone with her, and I start talking to the daughter-in-law, and I was like, yeah, I live in New York, I'm an American, I'm trying to get to Lviv. And I said, I don't have Polish zloty and I don't have Ukrainsky hryvnia. I don't have either of the local currencies, and I don't have internet access. So I said to the daughter-in-law on the phone, away from her mother-in-law, I said, but I do have some very crisp US dollars in my wallet. I was like, I got a $20 bill and a $5 bill that are like burning a hole in my wallet. So she goes, okay, put my mother-in-law back on the phone. So she talks to her mother-in-law for like 5 minutes. It's a decent length conversation. And then the mother-in-law hands me her giant Android phone back. And the daughter-in-law, whose name was Natalia and lived in like Austin or something, goes, okay, she goes, my mother-in-law accepts your offer. She goes, but you will be the last person to board the train. She goes, just very quietly palm her the $25. So it was almost like tipping a valet for getting your car at a posh place in New York City. So I had just above my passport, I had a hint of just the 20 and the 5, and I handed it to the mother-in-law, and then she just made like this like funny hand gesture and was like telling me in Ukrainian, she's like, just get on the train. And now I am sharing the cabin with one of the families randomly that I helped get their luggage on the train. And let's see. And we are making our way towards Medica. So this is just one of those travel miracles. I am absolutely exhausted, but I'm in good spirits and I have water. It's not cold water, but I'm happy to have it. And also, I have no idea how long it's going to take to get to Lviv. I don't know if it's 3 hours, 2 hours, 5 hours, I have no idea. I know it's hours. But I'm on the train and the wheels are literally in motion. I couldn't be happier. And this has been a really difficult day of travel, and it's not yet over, but I'm just amazed that I pulled this off. Well, I've done it. I've officially crossed the border into Ukraine. And for a second there, it looked like it maybe wasn't going to happen, so this is kind of a joyous feeling. I'm absolutely exhausted. I've got a pounding headache, hungry as all hell, and couldn't be more thrilled just that this is working out. And of course, I'm complaining by no stretch because I'm here entirely of my own volition. So we've arrived at the onboard passport control, and now we're just sitting in the still heat waiting. And success. I've been officially stamped in to Ukraine. So hopefully now the train will get moving. It is piping hot in here still, as I've repeatedly said in this video. Oh boy. Oh, I fell asleep actually, and next thing I know, we are here in Lviv, and there is a scrum. Пожалуйста. There is a hustle to get off the train. Wow. This is one hell of a day. Спасибо.
Na все добре вам?
I have to say, this Ukrainian train was actually a lot nicer than I was expecting. So here we are at the cavernous Lviv railway stop. До свидания.
До
Спасибо.
свидания. До свидания.
Okay.
Шановні пасажири, на другому пероні
Wow.
проводиться посадка на
What a long day this was.
номер
And a successful day.
1, номер 30.
Oh my god. So now I've got according to Google, there is Wi-Fi here in the train station. So now I've got to somehow find a hotel and figure out how to get there. As I've only ever been to Kyiv before the war, so I've never been to Lviv. The entire journey took a little short of 9 hours. That's including the Bolt taxi from my hotel in Krakow to the regional railway station there. That is the train from Krakow to the border. The incredibly long, hot, stifling immigration queue at the border. Then going through Ukrainian immigration all the way till we reached Lviv. So I left my hotel at around 12:45 this afternoon, and we arrived in Lviv at 9:50. So that is the total journey. And the cost really wasn't too bad. To recap, the Polish train was like 22 euros and 50 cents. I paid, I don't know what the price was for this train, but I paid 25 US dollars by hook or by crook. And then the Bolt taxi in Krakow to the train, from the hotel to the train station, I actually don't remember what it was, but it was pretty minimal. I think it was like $8 or $10 or something like that. So all in all, it wasn't a super costly journey. It was just long and tiring, but also kind of exhilarating. And now I've booked a hotel on Expedia in the city center, and I've got a driver coming on Bolt to take me there. And yeah, that's about it. That is the absolute icing on the cake after a very, very long day. If you guys would like to see more content like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And there's going to be more vlogging like this in the future.